Do you have, and I know you can't say anything, but do you have any idea of what might be to come for him in the future? Are you collaborating? Are you a part of the conversation, I guess, is the question.
Do I have any idea about what's about to happen? Yes, I do.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk today.
Yeah.
Okay, I got to immediately dive in.
Okay.
Let's go. X-Men 97, let's go.
Yeah.
Did you expect the reaction that fans were going to have when you first signed on to this?
You know, it was no. It's a short answer. I've been happily surprised continuously over time, especially with the length of the time that the first season's been out. I was like, it'll die down eventually, but no, it's only like grown. And the greatest thing was, we were all relieved when it came out, because a lot of us who were fans, especially of the original, were like, well, we're not sure, because like there's a lot to live up to, and like you put on that theme song and everybody's mind goes immediately that place. So like we knew we had a responsibility to uphold as far as continuing the new show and making sure that it felt the same and it looked the same. So like, I mean, I'm only a piece of that, just the voice of, the character that I do, the Bishop, but like the animators are incredible. The story people are incredible. The writing is amazing. Like everything had to come together. And so we were all sort of like, here it is. But I think we all sort of felt, I felt a sense of relief, because they had the premiere in Hollywood last year, and they had it at the El Capitan Theater. So it was the cast and some of the production crew, and then 1,000 X-Men fans all in like costume and everything. And once the theme song started and there was cheering, I was like, okay, we got it. Like, we're okay,
Yeah.
So I didn't know what to expect, but I was hopeful, and I'm glad that it ended up being what it was, because it's been so fun.
I was there that night, and it was electric. It was amazing.
I'm sorry I didn't.
It's great. It was incredible.
Yeah.
I have Rogue and Gambit shoes that someone like drew for me,
great.
and so I wore those, and then we got to episode whatever it was.
Oh, episode 5.
And I was like, great, awesome.
Yeah,
This is wonderful.
Fun. Yeah,
this is my favorite couple. Awesome.
Yeah.
He's just dead. Great.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Cool. Yeah.
Great.
Ugh.
Yeah. But going into this, I actually rewatched all the originals, because my kids hadn't seen them.
Yeah. Great.
So we watched it as a family.
Yeah.
And we literally finished the week before we got to watch X-Men 97, and it is so seamless.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I mean, the way that they brought it all in, especially like the animation style, like I was like, wow, it's even like the frame rate is the same and everything, but really, really cool.
It's amazing. So I know you can't talk much about it.
Yeah.
What have you gotten? I mean, have you done any recording yet for the next?
For season 2?
Yes,
I've done some. I've been recording. That is the only phrase I can say publicly. But I am doing really cool work with really cool people, and I love that the feeling is the same. And what I love about this cast is everybody's on the same plane for what we're trying to accomplish. So there's never been like I'm in it just for me, and I have to like just hope that everybody else is okay. Like we all kind of feel it as a unit.
Yeah.
And so we have been working on it, and I haven't really seen anything visually, because when we do voice acting, it's just script, and then they do the animation later. Sometimes there's like pre-visualization or storyboards or whatever, but I haven't seen final animation on anything. But I'm really excited, because if it's anything like season 1, which I'm hoping that it is, and then we all, I'm pretty sure it will be. I'm really stoked. I can't wait for it to. And I hate that it's a year away.
I know. We all hate it.
Yeah. We all feel that.
We were like instantly ended, and I was like, so more?
Yeah. No, not yet. Yeah.
Not how animation
Next
works.
Comic-Con we'll be talking about it.
Yeah. Well, I can't wait for that.
Yeah.
I mean, absolutely.
Yeah.
Do you keep in touch with the other voice actors? a lot?
Yeah. We all met at the premiere, and now we all go to conventions frequently. We've never been 100% of us at one thing, but we all get to hang out. Like I'm really becoming close with a lot of the cast members. And it's cool because it's a mixture of the old cast and the new cast coming in, because some of us are taking over for the voice actors that previously did it. Some people are coming in and as reprising their roles, like Lenore is back as Rogue, and Allison is back as Storm. And I met George Buza for the first time at another convention. He plays Beast and has been since the original. And I finally got his autograph, because I'm trying to collect them all on my poster. So I have all of that. But yeah, we definitely stay in touch. We have a WhatsApp chain. we hang out, we talk about things. We discuss things. It's great. It's just crazy to have things like, Cal Dodd he messaged me on my birthday. I'm like, Green is talking to me. This is great. And he's become a good friend. So it's wonderful. Yeah.
I love it. I love that you're like a fan.
Yeah.
So what does it mean to go from like fan to like a literal voice?
I have to play it really cool, really a lot of the time. Yeah. Cause I can't really hide the part of myself that is a fan. I mean, that's why I go to these things. Like I remember I was at a convention with Cal, and I was like, "Do you remember this commercial that you did for the 90s for the toys?" And I showed it to his wife, and she was like, "Yeah, cool, I've seen it." It's like, "No, but it's you." Like I still. So what it means is, I now get to infuse that enthusiasm that I have as a fan into my performance. And I think that's important because if we didn't care, I don't think it'd be less. I think it'd be less meaningful. Like another example is AJ LoCascio, who plays Gambit, has pictures of himself from I think college and high school or something, of him as Gambit. So he's just like we all get permission now to be be kids again in this way and have fun and experience it. I don't know, and it's just I'm still accepting the idea that I am part of it because I look at the toys or the show and be like, oh, I'm in this now. This is crazy. So it's great.
You're like, I have a toy of myself.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. The Sideshow just released a beautiful statue of Bishop that they're sending one to me, which I'm really very lucky that they're doing that.
That's so cool.
And it lights up and everything. I'm going to get a stand for it and everything. So,
amazing. Well, I can't wait for the next season eventually. And I can't wait for Rise of Wakanda. I literally just got the screeners in my inbox this morning and I was like, I can't wait to check it out.
I haven't seen anything yet, but I'm so excited for next month. It's going to be a blast when that thing releases. Beautiful. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time. Thank you.
Yay.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking the time today. I want to start off. What number Comic-Con is this for you?
Let's see. I would have first come. I was one of the first employees of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, wow.
And I came with them for my first year in 1989, I think.
Wow.
So I've done quite a few.
Yeah. What is it about this con that you love?
I'll tell you that the one thing that's very gratifying is what people don't realize. If you're a writer, you're working in your basement all the time. You actually don't get to do red carpets, but it looks like you do. I do the occasional one, right? You don't get to do conventions as much. So, what I love about this actually is that I see my friends and my fellow creators and editors and people that I love, and I get to hang out with them because we don't do it very often.
Well, I got to tell you, I love Sentry. So I was so excited to see Sentry come to the MCU. And what a way. What was your reaction seeing him on screen in Thunderbolts?
I was very lucky because I got to work on the film. I got to consult. So I had a chance to meet with the producers, Brian and Alana, and also work with Jake Schreier. Mm-hmm. What was great about it was that Jake asked me questions that really meant something about Sentry. I think it's a testament to the work that they did, and you can see it, right? I'll sort of digress for 1 second. I had seen that Florence Pugh said that when she was supposed to do the opening scene of Thunderbolts, she was supposed to be dressed as the Black Widow, but she said, why don't I wear sweats? That's what I would have done. And so they allowed that agency to all the actors and to Jake, and they made something about challenges of mental health and all that. So I knew that what I had said to Jake, but I didn't know if that would translate into the film in the end. And then I got to watch it, and I got to see that actually be on the film. And the funniest part is that as I went to the after party, I'm walking in, and Jake calls me over, and he's like, "Hey, man," and I'm like, "This is aren't you busy?" This is weird. And he was so kind, and all he wanted to know was what did I think, because he cared about the art, and so they made that film become the thing that I thought it would be.
Yeah, I mean, they did a wonderful job with Sentry and the Void, showcasing the powers. Lewis is phenomenal, of course. Mm-hmm. But what does it mean to you that, younger kids, this could be their introduction to Sentry and then go back to the comics and check them out?
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. The one thing that maybe I've said plenty of times, and I think it's worth repeating, is we all struggle with mental health issues. Every single person. It doesn't mean that you're diagnosed with a mental illness. But it can just mean that we're tired, that we're overwhelmed. Everybody's struggling at the moment. And so I am very gratified by the fact that anybody in the world can look at the Sentry and say, I kind of recognize myself in this guy. The way they played it in the film is actually the way I played it in the book, that the Sentry himself is not really in place. There's something wrong there. When he's the Sentry, not everything is great. Mm-hmm. But when he's the Void, that's really who he is. And those are those dark moments that he goes through. And so they played that perfectly. I think Lewis did a great job. And I got to meet Lewis. Yeah. And that was really funny too, because as I walked up to Lewis, I figured, well, he's very busy and I'll just shake his hand and say hi. And he went, "Oh my God, Paul, I've really wanted to meet you. Can I get your phone number?"
Oh my God.
And so he said, I really want to talk with you. You know, I live in Georgia. I work a little bit in the film industry down there. And he said, when I'm in Georgia, you know, we'll hang out, we'll have a beer. I want to pick your brain about this character. So that was kind of fun, you know, that I said, man, I hope this makes you a lot of money and is great for your career, you know.
Yeah.
But I love the fact that you're meeting the fans that love Sentry now.
Yeah, I mean, probably one of the most powerful moments in the entire movie that I cry. I've seen this movie at least 15 times. Every time is when they all hug him.
Of course.
You know, I'm going to get emotional talking about it. Can you talk about that impact of, you know, leaning on your friends when you need to, you know?
I can, because in the conversations I had with the filmmakers, I said to them, you have to understand, like, that there's Sentry, there's Void, but it's all about Bob. It really is about Bob in the middle of everything. And I wrote him that way. I think there's a scene that I wrote where he's the Sentry and he's having, in the comics, he has a wife, you know, Lindy. And he's having dinner with her. And he says, can you hang on a second? I just need to... and it's like he's gone to the bathroom. But he comes back and he's got ash on his face because he's just saved a mine shaft from collapsing. And she kind of wipes it off and she says to him, well, you know, hey, you know, let's hang out for a bit. You know, it's obvious that they're going to kind of hang out together. And he switches back to Bob. And she looks disappointed and says, I just thought maybe tonight you might be him, not Bob, right? That really, Bob is his challenges are really right out front. And so Sentry gets rid of them and Void manifests all of them. And so I just think that, you know, all of us are Bob, right, in different ways. And I think that if we can just recognize ourselves in a character, that's incredibly gratifying for me, that I create a character that does that.
Yeah, absolutely. And then real quick before we go, do you have, and I know you can't say anything, but do you have any idea of what might be to come for him in the future? Are you collaborating? Are you a part of the conversation, I guess, is the question.
Do I have any idea about what's about to happen? Yes, I do.
Are you excited about it?
Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, I am too. I can't wait to see him again. I can't wait to see where things go. And thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you both so much for taking the time today.
Sure.
Let's start off. How's your con going?
Yeah, it's good. It's overwhelming in the best way.
Yeah, well, this is like my 20th San Diego Comic Con.
20th?
Yeah, so.
This is my second.
Yeah.
So we're well behind you. That's your first?
Yeah, this is my first. Yeah.
So what has been the most like fun about it?
Though obviously seeing the fans.
Yeah.
It's so great. Seeing people with their kids dressed up in outfits is really cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And lots of Spider-Mans, I imagine, you're seeing around.
Oh, yes.
We saw some really good Spider-Punks, 3 of them together. They were so cool.
I love Spider-Punk. Spider-Punk is great.
Mm-hmm.
I want to start off, what is it like collaborating with Marvel? Like, talk me through that process. What is it like working with them?
Well, here's the story that I tell is Aaron Forsyth is my boss. So he first came up with this idea of universes beyond. Like, let's take magic and apply it to other properties. So he called me in his office. He sort of pitched it to me, and he said, so what do you think of this? And my reply to him was, dibs on Marvel.
I love it. That's perfect.
So I've been growing up with Marvel my whole life. And like one of the fun things about Universes Beyond is at some point you hit a property that's just the thing that speaks to you, that is like the property that like comes from your soul. And we've done a lot of other things like Lord of the Rings and Final Fantasy and then things that, I mean, I like Lord of the Rings, you know, but we finally got to the one that like is my thing, you know. We would call a subject matter expert. We call a SME. And so finally, I'm the subject matter expert. This is the set where like, you know, I know this through and through. And I've been making magic for 30 years. So like, I love making magic. It's a dream job. But getting to make magic for Marvel, for the characters that I adore, for Spider-Man, it's so beyond. It's so much fun. It's too much fun, probably, but I really enjoy it.
You're like, it is not work.
For me, I honestly, I was so kind of like, I felt the weight of the history of the characters and all the artists that have worked on it. And I was very, like, I felt very serious. Like, we've got to do this right. Like, we can't, you know, I got to start researching and I've got to like bury myself in this. Cause I've always loved comic books and I love Spider-Man and, you know, the other things that we're going to do. But being in the driver's seat was a whole other experience than just getting to enjoy it, you know, being fed to you.
Yeah, well, from the art perspective, how much do you reference like comic books?
I mean, luckily because we do all of this collectible stuff now, which is like come up kind of around the same time as Universes Beyond, which is all new stuff for magic. I'm sure for you, it's like mind blowing that it's all so new. But we have all these these opportunities to use different art styles now. It's not just the cinematic painterly like main set cards. So we knew with this set we would have chances to work with Marvel artists, and we set ourselves a goal where I think we wanted to have like maybe 50% of the comic art be original Marvel artists, but we hit like 70-80%.
Oh my god,
we were so excited. We were just like emailing everyone like, hey, maybe do you want to do this?
and they were like, yes.
yeah, we got a lot of enthusiastic responses. Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Was there one that was like maybe the hardest or most exciting to come up with? Because I mean, some of this is like pressure's on, right?
Yeah.
And you're like, this card needs to be. You need the fans to look at it and go, that is exactly what I would picture for this card and these powers and this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, the one that was really fun for me is so J. Jonah Jameson is like I don't want to call him, but Spider-Man's, I don't know if he's a nemesis, but at least someone who causes him a lot of
Frenemy?
problems.
Yeah, funny. I like that.
From the very first moment, whenever someone would come up with it, they go, "Oh, he's got a Grant Menace." Yeah, and then that joke came up every time someone would ever think of the character. And now that it's out, now that the public's out, the public's making that joke, and like we got you covered. We got this joke.
We get it. I understand that reference exactly.
Yeah. I mean, working with Jim Chung on that scene was just such an incredible experience. He has so much experience, and like when he works with his colorist, J. David Ramos, he gives him a lot of notes. That's the way they work together. And so being able to be part of that and kind of observe how that went down, that was just an incredible experience.
Yeah. Now, I told you guys before we started talking or actually recording, my kids play Magic. My husband has played Magic forever. He's the one who taught it to them. Yeah. I try my hardest. I feel like I lose every single time, but I have fun doing it.
Yeah.
But what does it mean to you that something like this is really going to bring in more players? Like they're going to look and go, oh, Spider-Man. Okay, I'll try it, you know?
Well, one of the things, I mean, I'm biased, but I honestly believe Magic is the greatest game ever created. I mean, it is a super, super fun game. And that one of the things that I want is I want as many people to sample it as possible. I want a lot of people to try it. And it might not be the game for everybody. You know, people like different games, but the nice thing about something like Spider-Man is I think a lot of people who are fans of Spider-Man, this might be the thing go, okay, I love Spider-Man. I'll give it a shot. Yeah. And then I think a lot of people will find it's just super fun, you know, and you don't even have to win to have fun, you know.
I agree. I have fun. I lose every time my kids destroy me. I'm like, oh, okay. They're like, Mom, you should have done this. I'm like, oh, okay.
They're helping you.
Exactly.
I love the community of Magic so much. My family played games together a lot growing up. It wasn't Magic. It was like a bunch of other stuff. But I love hearing families that play Magic together. So the more people we can bring in to play and like be together and have those moments together, sharing a set and like getting excited about Spider-Man, it's all really fun.
Yeah, so one of the things that I really enjoy, like I said, I've been doing this forever. This is my 30th year making the game. I love the cross-generational of it. I love the idea that people who grew up playing Magic now have kids and they're teaching their kids how to play. So the fact that your husband's teaching your sons, that is, you know what I'm saying, that's so exciting to me. And that's one of the things that's what happens as the game gets older is it becomes this thing that you pass down. And that's just so much fun. So
yeah, my husband's first job was at like a card store, and he's like, do you know that I sold like my original set of Magic cards in high school for like nowhere near the amount I could, and he's like very much regretting it. But I love that it stood the test of time though. You know what I mean? It's still coming out. We're still getting new stuff.
Oh yeah, and you could take a card that got printed in 1993 when the game came out and put it in a deck you're playing today. You know, like we've made 30,000 cards and they all work together, and that's one of the cool things is that you know you really can make the game whatever you want it to make. I mean, if you want to make it Spider-Man, you make it Spider-Man, but if you want to have elves or fairy tales or what, you know, pick what you want, you can do that. Yeah, we've done all sorts of different genres. You know, horror, science fiction. We've done lots of different things, and so. You know, that's one of the amazing things about the game is that the customizability that you can sort of choose what you want it to be, that I think really is one of its staying powers.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you guys so much. And I hope you have a great rest of your con.
Thanks. I hope you do too. And I hope your kids like the decks you bring home.
Oh my God. I'm going to be like the coolest mom when I come home with the decks that I got at the party. They're going to be like, I told them I have some, but I actually have all of them. So they're going to be very excited.
Fun.
Yes. Thank you guys.
Sure.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yes. All right. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk today.
Yes, of course. I'm happy to.
How's your Comic-Con going so far?
She's good.
Yeah.
I'm sleepy.
Yeah, sure.
I'm very sleepy. Comic-Con's going good. I got to do a signing of my book, which is exciting. And then after this, I get to change gears and do all X-Men stuff afterwards. So
there you go.
It's a weird weird peanut butter and jelly sandwich of strangeness. Yeah.
Halloween and X-Men. There's
Halloween
like,
and X-Men,
you know,
my two favorite things. Yeah.
Exactly. Like, listen, I love Halloween. I've always loved Halloween. But something that I found so funny starting to read this book, my neighbor, like recently, like since I've had kids, not when I was growing up, is a dentist.
Oh.
But he had the best candy at Halloween.
Well,
Isn't
so
that
he's-
weird?
So this is, someone just brought this up in another interview, like, why wouldn't the dentist be pro candy? So then they make more money. And my answer was, I believe that the parents in this book are more like, we want you to be healthy. We
Yeah.
want you to keep your teeth, everyone, keep your teeth happy and safe and clean. But this dentist sounds like they're running a bit of a, yes, come have our candy bars and all these hard lollipops. And yeah, oh no, your teeth cracked? It's just these sadistic candy dispensing evil dentists. I love this.
He's the opposite of the very moral
Yeah.
dentist.
Does
in
he
the
have a
book.
mustache and he does this?
Yes,
children, come get my candy.
I really want him
Yeah.
to now.
Yeah, no, I hope so.
I hope he grows one.
Does he have a weird last name? Oh, you probably can't say it because we're in an interview.
I mean, it's not weird. It's
Isn't that-
Bozak.
But okay, so not like I had a doctor as a kid named Dr. Needleman, which
Oh,
I
geez.
hated because it's like time to go to Dr. Needleman. He'd be like, here's your shot. Anyway,
Terrible name.
Yeah.
It would not become a doctor. That was
No,
my last
he
name.
knew. He's like, I've got the perfect job.
Exactly. I do want to ask you about the drawings of the spoops because
Yes.
they're so cute.
Well, thank you.
They're adorable. Can you talk about the inspiration behind them?
Nope.
Oh, none at all.
No, yeah, of course. So it's weird because so they started off as sculptures.
Okay.
I started sculpting. Oh my God, are you guys okay? Sorry.
This room is having a very good time.
Yeah, no, there's a gas leak. So they started off as sculptures that I would just make for myself because I love Halloween. And so I made them for my desk essentially. And then after so I was on the show Voltron, and when that show blew up, people started combing through my Instagram and they saw the sculptures I had done and they were like, what are these? How do I buy these? And I was like, I don't know. And my first thing was I said, you can try to make them yourself, like thinking for some reason that would get people to make them. But then it got to the point where I clearly had to start figuring out how to replicate these. So I learned how to cast and sculpt and or make things in resin. And then I started selling a few, and then it became more, and then it became more until they became this whole weird side thing that I do. And then from there, I started developing lore. I started developing stories about what are the spooks, what do they do? It's like, oh, they're the little spirits of Halloween. They sort of like paint the leaves and make it feel like Halloween, that like smoky smell that seems to come out of nowhere every autumn on the East Coast at least.
Yes.
In LA, if there's a smoky smell, you got to run. It's a bit of a different vibe. But yeah, that's kind of how it started. And then when I started to write the book, I sent a bunch of the figures to Lori Conley, the illustrator, and I was like, can we start developing this into drawings? Because translating it from a sculpture to a drawing was challenging. But then we did, we just kept going and reiterating, and then eventually got picked up by IDW. And so I don't know where I was going with that answer, but yeah.
But they're cute.
They're cute. Thank you.
I mean, they could be. What if they got Funkos? You have an
Sure,
in?
I'm in. I'll do it. Yeah. Where's my camera? There. It's Funko. I'm right here. That'd be awesome. I enjoy a good Funko, especially this one. I would be thrilled to have Spoops Funkos
Spoops and Gambit.
and
together.
Gambit Funkos together. Oh man, what a pairing.
I know. I'm down.
Yeah. I mean, that's literally my entire Comic-Con experience is going to be Spoops and Gambit. So yeah.
Exactly. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Of course, that was it.
That's it.
It was
I know.
like a drive-by
we got
interview.
another one. It's so quick.
All right, that's fine.
I know,
Well,
but
this was
I
fun.
loved this. It was so cute. I just
Thank
read it,
you.
and I was like, I want to take this home. My kids read it.
Oh yay.
They're 12 and 14, but they also
They'll
obsessed
still-
with Gambit.
Oh yay! Well, hopefully they appreciate I wrote it so that hopefully anyone at any age can go, oh.
It's good,
Yeah.
and it's like long. Like it doesn't feel like a little short kids. You know, sometimes kids books
They
are like 5 pages.
Yeah, when I first started pitching this around, people were like, can you make it like 200 words? And I'm like, are you insane?
200 words?
Yeah, 200 and 300 words. And I did a draft like that, and I was like, this is the most empty story in the world. And thankfully, the folks over at Top Shelf and IDW were like, just do what you want.
That's
and
perfect,
so,
yeah.
because it's the same, I think, like, roughly the same word count as like Cat in the Hat or Grinch,
Oh,
which is what I
yeah.
was going for. So,
Perfect.
yeah, if it's not obvious. Yeah.
Well, I can't wait for everyone to get to read it.
Thank you. Me too.
Thank you so much for your time.
Of course.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Sorry for killing the back.